We've reached the end of our symposium. I would like to thank Dr. Niedzwiecki and all my colleagues from our fantastic research institute in California for coming halfway around the world to share with us their scientific breakthroughs today, and they will do in more detail on Saturday. I would like to thank the organizers of this event, Bauke Nass, and all our colleagues here for their tireless efforts over the past weeks. And I would like to thank the management of the MEC Convention Center here for accommodating so many of our special needs in preparing this event. When you think about the breakthroughs we presented to you tonight, when you think about the scientific evidence and the compelling logic of cellular medicine, you will be tempted to ask the question, why? Why is the science and logic-based knowledge of cellular medicine not part of medical practice already? Why is cellular medicine not being taught in the medical schools of Maastricht, in the departments of medicine, in other universities, in the departments of life science and faculties around the world? Why did you need to come to this symposium tonight to hear about these breakthroughs in human health? The answer to all these questions do not come from the field of science. They are economic in nature. The pharmaceutical investment business is one of the largest and most profitable industries on our planet. But this entire business model is built on the continuation of disease as a marketplace for patented synthetic drugs. The pharmaceutical investment industry has no interest in the prevention of disease. To the contrary, it finances an army of lobbyists in politics, medicine, and the media to fight advances in preventive health, and above all, fight the progress of cellular medicine, what we stand for. We the people at large, have to understand that we cannot expect solutions to expanding diseases and escalating healthcare costs from the interest groups or their stakeholders in politics. The efforts of the status quo to block the breakthroughs of cellular health are very real. Over the past 2 decades, the lobbyists of the pharmaceutical investment business have filed more than 100 lawsuits against us, the scientific pioneers of preventive health. After this strategy failed, the lobbyists of this industry spent millions to discredit us in the media. You may think about this website of Wikipedia as a democratic platform to share knowledge. What you may not know is that the seed money to set up this platform came to a large extent from financial groups backing the pharmaceutical investment business. Wikipedia is there to control their interests. There are general laws that apply to any historic transformation. One of them says that the more the status quo has to lose from scientific advantage of mankind, the more aggressive these interests are in defending their economic privileges, and once this resistance is overcome, the greater the advances and benefits for mankind. The transformation from disease-oriented medicine to prevention-oriented health is no exception. You may ask us the question, how could you, meaning us, overcome all this adversity? There is only one answer to this question. Because we are right. And if there is anyone left in this audience tonight who doubts whether to believe the dimension of these scientific breakthroughs of cellular medicine, this is the answer. In short, we would not be here presenting this information to you tonight if we had not been able to defend it already before against decade-long attacks. So, what are the perspectives? If we listen to the forecasts of international institutions, our future looks dim. The pharmaceutical investment business has declared an economic war on us, the people of the world. They intend to use ongoing diseases as tools to create economic and political dependency the world over. Within 2 decades, we've heard it, from 2010 to 2030, they intend to make mankind pay the staggering amount of $47 trillion for their business with only 5 diseases: cardiovascular disease, cancer, lung disease, diabetes, mental illness. $47 trillion, that is 47 million times $1 million. An amount equal to all the national economies, the gross domestic products of the world taken together, except 2 countries, the US and China. In light of these plans by the status quo, we, the people here tonight, in fact all mankind, stand at a crossroad. We either allow ourselves, our children and grandchildren, to live in a world where cardiovascular disease, cancer, and other diseases continue to form the basis of a multi-trillion-dollar business with these diseases. Or we take action to promote the knowledge about the health benefits of vitamins and other micronutrients with the goal to effectively prevent and largely eradicate diseases, thereby liberating mankind also from their economic burden. And since we cannot wait until some politicians will create a prevention-oriented healthcare system for us, we the people, need to build it ourselves from the bottom up. We, that is therapists, who are driven by scientific evidence and high ethical standards. We, that is students, young doctors, young scientists, who are not shackled by outdated dogmas and are instead driven by the desire to contribute to effective health solutions. We, that is above all, us, the people of the world, who want to live a long and healthy life. And for the students and young researchers of the world, I have good news. In the history of medicine, we've heard it, no less than 15 scientists have been given awards for their discoveries of the universal health benefits of vitamins. The last Nobel Prize for vitamin research was awarded in 1965, already half a century ago. This reflects that over the past decades, the field of vitamin research has been sidelined by the investment business with patented drugs. I think it is high time to continue this noble tradition. And I'm inviting every student of life sciences, every young researcher interested to collaborate with us in this exciting field of health, to contact us either in the foyer or via our website. Cellular medicine is currently the most rapidly growing new field of medicine. It is the area of micronutrient research where the greatest health science breakthroughs will be made in the coming years. And it is a field of cellular medicine where young scientists and doctors can contribute most to the ultimate purpose of their profession, which is the prevention and elimination of disease. With so many opportunities at hand, it is important to focus on one task that is the most urgent one to be addressed right now. And this task is the control of cardiovascular disease by natural means. In 1992, Nobel laureate Linus Pauling and I issued a call for an international effort to abolish heart disease, to eradicate, to eliminate it. At that time, we had established a conclusive scientific concept that human atherosclerosis is primarily triggered in artery walls of chronic vitamin deficiency. At that time, we did not have conclusive scientific proof. Yet the scientific concept was so compelling that we felt obliged to invite the international research community to join us in an effort to confirm this new understanding. As we all know, this call remained largely unanswered for the last 23 years, and we had to undertake the burden to prove this concept ourselves. With the research results you heard about tonight that are now available, this new understanding of the nature of cardiovascular disease is scientifically proven beyond doubt. Thus, today, the historic call by Linus Pauling and me is now more urgent than ever. This is why I will end this celebrative event by renewing this call to end heart disease. Heart disease, stroke, and other forms of cardiovascular disease now kill millions of people every year and cause millions more to be disabled. There now exists the opportunity to reduce greatly this toll of death and disability by the optimum dietary supplementation with vitamins and other essential nutrients. During recent years, we and our associates have made two remarkable discoveries. One is that the primary cause of heart disease is the insufficient intake of ascorbate, vitamin C, an insufficiency from which nearly every person on earth suffers. Ascorbate deficiency leads to weakness of the walls of the arteries and to lesions in stressed regions that initiate the atherosclerotic process. The other discovery is that the atherosclerotic plaques are not composed of LDL, but are instead composed of a related lipoprotein, lipoprotein A, that is, rather than cholesterol, the major risk factor for heart disease. Moreover, certain essential nutrients, especially the amino acid lysine, can block the deposition of this lipoprotein and even reduce existing plaques. We have concluded that the optimum supplementation of ascorbate and many other nutrients could largely prevent heart disease and stroke and be useful in the treating of existing disease. Published clinical and epidemiological data support this conclusion. The goal is now in sight: the abolition of heart disease as the cause of disability and mortality for the present generation and future generations of mankind. With millions of lives at stake each year, no time should be lost. We call upon our colleagues in science and medicine to join in a vigorous international effort to investigate the role of vitamin C and other nutrients in controlling heart disease. We call upon the national and international health authorities and other health institutions to support this effort with political and financial means. And we call upon every human being to encourage physicians and medical institutions to take an active part in this process. The goal of eliminating heart disease as the major cause of death and disability is now in sight. This symposium in the city of Maastricht is not just another event for us. It marks the beginning of a new stage in our effort to liberate mankind from cardiovascular diseases. I am the only surviving author of this international call that I just read to you. And in order to launch this new stage and underline the celebrative nature of this evening, my colleagues and I are proposing to name this call the Maastricht Manifest. We ask you to join us in making the goal of this call, ending heart disease, a reality. Wherever you are, wherever you work, you can contribute in one way or another. We have established a website, maastrichtmanifesto.org, where you can support this call online and share your ideas and initiatives with others. Starting tonight, let's end heart disease together. Thank you very much. This is strong here.